Really give me an ad while I'm watching my own stream. Stupid streams. Anyways, hello. Trying to get the stuff finished up here. It's playing, right? Yeah, oh yeah. Let's do the ad. Yeah. Just gotta post this. Doop. And doop. Alright. So, hello people. Hello. You traveled a very long ways to get to stream. Okay, so, welcome to stream. Because we haven't done it in a while, I thought I'd make some kind of a picture or something. Now that I'm kind of in between projects, so that's what my plan was. Which normally I will let you guys pick what I make. I just wanted to give it a little bit before I do that, just so that anybody that's lagging behind has time to get here. So. I'll load stage, at least for now. Hello. SFM is a weird thing that, like, it'll be like, oh, I'm ready to load stuff, and then you load a brand new map and it takes forever the first time. Sweet. Yeah, I saw some of the pictures you had from the clips. Pretty awesome. I watched a couple things on it. We had a see. You got a total eclipse from the moon. We got a total eclipse from the clouds. So I think that we actually turned out better because there was nothing. So that was even cooler. That was fine. Actually, I had so much to do. We basically went outside for a couple minutes. I came back in and went back to work. So. I will need a camera for this. So, anyways, alright, I give it a little time. So, I am going to make a picture of some sort, but like I said, I normally have you guys kind of pick stuff. So, and so I'm going to do the straw poll like normal. So, I am going to take ideas for stuff, and then we will vote on stuff. So, normally it's pony, or at least actor, character, main focus, or group such, and then what they're doing after that. So I need ideas for stuff. Right now, just for pony. Who's to be in pick? So give me ideas. Make sure I scroll all the way down there. Yeah, I knew that doesn't come up as one. Okay, so we'll do that as first. So we'll just say there for now. That keeps it open. Big surprise, Ember. Alright. Actually, I think that... I don't know if you said Ember before in pictures. And normally I kind of have an idea as kind of like what theme I want to go to for pictures, but I really have no idea what I want to do for anything today. So, for pictures, so that's why I'm leaving it open. There's got to be more than that. Get more ideas. Usually I try to get 4 to 5. But is that all the ideas you guys are gonna give? And these are pretty basic. Here, what I mean for ideas, I'm gonna load Ember and let's see here. We're gonna load Ember. Like, hello, and we're gonna load Celestia. Oh yeah, I guess trying to figure out something different. For anybody that's joining, we're making a picture, and we're leaving it open to ideas on what to do it based on. So, leave it up to you guys on that. Oh, if you're talking, hello, Shady. If you have a problem with the main like that, if the texture that you have for the main is not elements. Trying to think of somebody that has it like this, because it might be some models don't or aren't built to have a large detail or a large amount of detail on it. They're not. They're just built to have a single color. I'm guessing that Carrot Top is one of them. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. So what it's saying is that the whole thing just evenly takes the color from the whole texture and just spreads it across the whole thing. There's no mapping, no nothing. So if that's the case, you can't at all change tip color or anything. You're just you'd have to have somebody actually map out the texture to it. If it is already mapped, it's trying to figure out where on here it is, which means you would need the UV map, but I'm not the one to ask about that because I do not know about how to do all that stuff. So it depends completely on the model whether or not you're able to actually change the tip color or not. Alright, so there's another one. We got Tyrek. So again, we're looking for picture or pony orc. I call them actors, but the main focus of the picture. Shadow Freddy? I met a lot of people there, so if by name I'm not going to remember, but probably. I got to talk with a lot of people, which is really cool. If it's Randall's main, then yes, that it is. That one does work. Which would be this one. But it's figuring out where on this texture is the tip. That's the hard part. So, more than likely this is the middle of the main, but where the tip is in terms of like the end of her hair in the front and the back, I don't know. That's going to probably take guesswork of like check this end, just color it differently, and then import it onto the model and see what it looks like. It's just going to be trial and error, really, unless you can find the UV map for it or have a way to get it. Sometimes you can actually see like this outline, this darker outline that kind of shows that it's probably within that darker area that the texture is working because of how it was brought into here. So that's why I know the orange in here is the one that's going to be the middle of the main, while that is between the two. But so it's just going to be trial and error, really. Right now we're just looking for what program. I use VTF Edit for exporting the texture, but in terms of like the UV map or figuring out all that stuff, I can't help you. I don't know any of that. Did it make me cry to do Remembrance? Not really, because I worked on it for like over a year. At that point, it was just you're just adding little bits on top of it, so there was really no emotional attachment by the end of it, because it was just I knew what was going to happen, what was going on, and I looked at it for that long. It's a lot more emotionally impactful when you see it and you hadn't known anything before. Well, e-hug. Then, so thank you. I try. I want to really start putting out some more stuff soon. I got Lila and Bonbon. So, in terms of textures, usually I'm fine. I'm pretty good at doing the texture thing myself, at least for the basic stuff that I need. The only things that I really need in terms of textures are like usually super complex stuff, like trying to retexture an armor to make it look super detailed to match what the original one that I'm stealing it from was. I guess not stealing, but the ones from like Dota that I'm just retexturing for repurpose, I guess, better word for it. Those are the ones that I would need, but those are, I've already passed most needs I had for that right now. But most times I find workarounds. So I think we got 4 here, so I might just go with the 4 for ideas. Okay, we will do. Yeah, I know. Actually, it was when I did. I'll allow multiple answers here. Well, to me, for remembrance, there was such a lack of emotional attachment myself that I didn't think it was that sad. Or I don't even say sad. Sad's not the right word for it, because it has a happy ending. So it's sad because of how it ends. But I had such a lack of attachment to it that when I played it, I was just like, "Hey, video done," and like whatever. But then I had people afterwards that were very emotional, and I was like, "I didn't." It hit me that it actually had that kind of an impact on people, and I was really surprised at that point. So more of my emotional bits for it was seeing how other people were emotionally attached to it, because like I said, I don't have much of the sad bits to it anymore. Yeah, I don't think the SFM getting much support until it gets Source 2 in terms of like super detailed apps running in the background for it, just because it's a little outdated. I mean, the what do you call it? The particle engine itself is like since 2004. I don't think it's really been. I mean, it's probably had little changes, but since then, it hasn't really had much. Ride the pony. Wee. And ride the pony. Ooh. Perfect face for Celestia here. Ride the pony. Okay, sorry. I'll catch up here. Over the textures, there are programs out there that make some of this stuff easier, but a lot of it are made for like video or people or bipedals, and it's not as much for this. But there's stuff out there, but a lot of it isn't specifically made for SFM. It's made for other programs, and it just kind of everything kind of works. You can just import all the stuff as you need. All right, so let's see how this is going now. Guys, pretty even. I need more votes. Oh yeah, if you just joined here. Pick your ponies. Just give it a couple more minutes here. And we'll do it the other way. We'll do. Durr. I'm not gonna bother with that. I'm not gonna put time into whatever the hell this is. It'd probably be easier if I just did that. There we go. Ah. There's gotta be a chest bone there. No. Whatever, let's go that one. Okay. What we got here? Ah, we got Lyra and Bonbon. They're tied neck and neck. Well, how I usually do with the pictures is I leave it up to other people, so it's whatever most people want to see. So it's based on voting, and then I just try to put it together. It has two benefits. It gives people kind of what they want, and for the most part, and it puts me outside my comfort zone, which is great because sometimes it's like I know what I'm good at making, but sometimes if I'm told, like I push down a different route or something, it challenges me, and that's more fun. So I need something to break this tie here. Who's gonna do it? Who's gonna do it? We need one more vote on one of these. Are we gonna leave me with a tie? Because if it does, I'm just gonna flip a coin. Yes. Ooh. It's a $1 coin. I'm acting like I'm just surprised at what I find in my own room. Oh, here, Michael, you can break the tie. We need, there you go. Sorry, that's the straw poll thing. So there's where you can actually vote for it. So you guys can vote for what you want to see. You can multi-vote. I don't care. I used to not, but if there's not as many people doing stuff, I want to make sure I get enough numbers. So. We got a Lyra Bonbon. Is that going to be it? Or we got somebody that's going to break that? I'm actually surprised. I thought Celestia and Luna would win. Libon. Okay. Well, I'm not doing shipping. Oh, 6. Well, okay. Well, I'm going to call it set. Okay. Okay, I get it. Okay. Is somebody just multi-voting? No cheating. Alright, well that calls it. So we have Lyra and Bonbon. Alright, so we will keep it at that. Now I need to know what you want them to do. This is actually weird because I've never actually done anything Lyra and Bonbon, I think. No, I did one picture with Lyra. So, keep it together so it's... Alright, so I need a situation. Solar Eclipse, you already did that. I'm not going to do it again. Yes. So, I need a situation that they are in. So, just give ideas. It can be general, it can be specific. If it's specific, it might be modified depending on need, but I don't care. Just throw it out. Okay, so we'll just say secret agent stuff. Just leave that open because that can be modified. That actually could make I think that could make a fun one. I think. Okay, so we have Pits of Hell, whatever that means. I'm gonna try to get 4 ideas again. Alright, since that's done, I can destroy this monstrosity. I can load me up some Lyra and Bonbon. Good, they both have enhanced. Oh look, they're already Doing some ship stuff. Okay, this is a picture. I'm gonna shrink this down. I hate working with 60 seconds on a freaking 1 frame picture. Do 5 minutes. And actually, you know what? We're gonna go down to 1. Screw it. I'm a rebel. No, you know what? No. Do 3. Sometimes when you do physics for stuff, it gets difficult if you have something really short. Alright. What ain't gone wrong? What else we got here? Wrestling in the hay is going to be taken wrongly if I do that. Food, flower, fight. We'll do that. Guess certainly just jumped out with a couple. Is there any others? Or are we going to go stick with that? And this one I'm going to vote on myself, because, and actually I should have done that in the other one too. But I'm going to wait till the end because I don't want people getting the wrong impression and taking whatever I vote as that's what I want to do. Alright, is that going to be it? Alright, we're going to go with that's it. Unless something pops up. But, nope, too late. Alright, so we need... Yeah, too late. Sorry. Cider competition. I don't know if that would be themed right between these two. Just got a pink green nose. So this is Lyra. Bonbon. These are too loud. I think it might be. There. This is main camera, but that doesn't change the name of the camera down here. So I'm gonna go into here. I like having a SID called main camera. It makes it easier, not as confusing. So there we go. There, main camera. All right. Why is it running so slow for that? Whatever. I spent so much time doing prep work. Just once you get things clean, organized, and nice and set and the way you want it, it makes it so much easier. You don't have to worry about it. So we got Bonbon and Lyra. And while that is going, I'll give another minute before I take a look here. We're going to have them... Whoa, not do that. We're going to have to... No, not like that, though. Oh, God, like... Just... There we go. Okay, now I'm angry. Let's go angry or error, and then Bonbon's got to look down a little bit more. She's taller, apparently. Okay, and then we will have him. We will do the Battle of the Century. Yeah, it's a big fight. Just because Lyra sat on her cupcakes. Oops. I don't know what to do. Go. Just put that there. There we go. All right, there we go. Totally duking it out. Who's gonna win? Alright. So, I'm gonna do my vote. I kinda wanna do secret agent stuff, so I'm gonna do that. Let's see how everything turned out though. There we go. Oh, that actually got, wow, that really nobody voted Surya, you gave the idea of Pits to Hell, but you didn't even vote for it. Okay, well, there's no way that anything else is going to be winning on this, so we are going to do some secret agent stuff, apparently. Alright, that actually sounds like it could be fun. Though, for the person that wanted the flower fight, we'll do, how about this? We will kind of do it. What's a flower to fight with? Close enough. Alright, so I'm thinking Lyra should have the flowers. Because flowers. So we're going to give her the flowers. She's going to be there. So flowers. And we'll do that to Lyra. Okay. And we need food. Let's just look up food. No. We'll do a box of Apple Jacks. There we go. Cause relevant apparently. All right. So no, she got to do it in the other hoof. There, but it's still like this, and that will be attached to this hoof. The hoof. There we go. All right. All right, look at that. There, you got your flower / food fight. So you could be happy. Success. I'm doing well. How are you? Riding a speedboat? I don't know if that'd be really a secret agent thing. And the thing is, that's what I gotta try to figure out too. So, if we're doing secret agent thing, obviously Lyra is a secret agent because Lyra. Oh no, that was Bonbon. That was the secret agent. Sorry, I had that backwards. So if we do Bonbon as the secret agent, is Lyra a secret agent too, or is she gonna be like a bystander, or not bystander, I guess, but like, I don't know what we want to have Lyra be in a position for. Okay, did you take a picture? No, oh, that's you and your OC with Lyra, really. Yep, that's waifu right there. Total waifu material. So, she's joining the agency, so we should be making both secret agent. Lyra's training session from Bonbon. It'd be hard to do in a picture because training usually involves a lot of like lead up. You would have to put in a lot of very obvious bits of information to make it obvious what was going on. So I don't know if that would work or not. For now, I'm gonna undo. So they're back to normal. There we go. Yeah, that's actually kind of funny. Well, that's the thing is I need to get a secret agent outfit first. So, um, I know I have sunglasses. But I believe they're just called glasses. So I know I have them. Just finding them. Oof. So you could go super fancy. I had the whole XCOM thing, technically. Let's take a look at that. We could have them like do super secret. Though I think the suit's better. Yeah, we're gonna do suit. So, I don't. Is there an actual like? Oh, there we go. Like suit. That's not what I'm looking for. Propone. Oh. That might work. It doesn't really work for animating, but it does work for this. So, but I need to load this up because I had modified it to fit a need. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, close enough though. Okay, because I know I had modified these. I don't know. I want the spy mask first. Well, the shirt's always going to be white, so it wouldn't be that. Oh, you're a bad person, Michael. What is the scarf, shirt, gold, tie? So I think actually the shirt itself might not have a color. It would be shirt. I'm trying to think the best way to do this. Yeah, okay, so shirt is the correct one. Is it just a white shirt? It is. Alright, well, let's fix that. Oh, actually, I need that open. Because we need a black suit. I hate when programs keep trying to get your attention while it's opening. It's like, yes, I know you're opening. I'll get to you when you're done opening. But until then, stop grasping my attention. I just want to go do other things. Multitask. Alright, so shirt. We want... Well, I might as well just go black. And I could do it with color, but if you do it with color, it makes it have weird things with lighting. So shirt, black. Okay. I'm actually going to save this over the original because I don't see the point of white suit. So. Alright. Alright, so we got that. And what color tie should it be? Should we just do the standard red? I think it's kind of a Hitman thing if I do that, though. What was the other one? Oh, they did bow tie in the other one. Ah, I don't think I can quite swap. No, I can swap that out for a bow tie. Yeah, I could. Is there a bow tie? Is it that one? Oh, technically there is Octavia's. Let's try that one. Okay, for one, Bonbon, get over here. You need to get dressed. Okay, that's what I thought. There we go. Bow tie might be a little big. I don't think I can shrink it either. Actually, that thing goes all the way around the back of the neck. You know what? I can make it work. Alright, so I need to get rid of the tie. Actually, you know what? I don't need the thing going all the way around the neck, so I can shrink this down. So we're going to add scale. Do that. There we go. Now she's got tie. Or bow tie. Okay. You think green tie? I don't think I can color it to look like her cutie mark. It actually would be cool if I could, but I don't think the texture is set up that way, and even if it was, I can almost guarantee you... Yeah, this is all in one texture. But no, if it's all in one texture, that means that I might be able to. But figuring out where the masking is, like I brought up earlier, would actually be pretty much a bitch. Okay. Oh, I've actually done that once before. So what does this show? Actually, that makes it really easy to figure out where it is. So yes, I might be able to. Alright. So we need... So Bonbon's just... let me get a good coloration for it. With this one. Okay, I can't really use this exact, but I can kind of copy it. So, might look a little wacky on her though, but that's fine. So we are going to. Actually, this could be kind of easier than I thought it would be. So we're going to save that. I mainly want that for coloration, so we can do bam, and oops. Bam. Okay. Yeah, I might be able to freehand this. That'd be easier. Alright, for on, I need a background color. I'm going to go with blue. As in the background. Or it doesn't really. And then we just need another layer on top of that. And then we need just yellow streaks. So we're going to need a hardness on there. Just go behind the monitor. I'm supposed to make it closer. Alright, so we're going to make it, let's say it's this big. Let's do it like, sorry, my monitor, how it's set up makes I have to make this weird. Like that. Yeah, we'll do it like kind of like that. Okay, and I'm gonna make another layer because then it's easier to get rid of the other pieces. And so that goes that direction. The others go with it. So we're gonna go. Well, that's not curved enough. There we go. And you know what? I need to make this further in. Cables behind the monitor. I'm trying not to hit here. Good enough. And then this one go opposite direction. Yes. Okay. Probably good enough. Go on. It's supposed to be like this. We'll see how that looks. I can't really do the little frillies at the end, but I don't care. Putting way too much effort into this. There's green in there too? I don't see any green. Wait a second, you wanted a green. Oh, actually, I forgot that this there, and that's actually going to get in the way of the collar. Hold on. I always forget those. I always think it's like an over on top of bit, but it's not. At least this is quick. I wish I could find the extension for VTF out of this program or out of Photoshop, because it sucks when having to do this every time. Not perfect, but it actually does kind of work. At least good enough. It actually turned out better than I thought it was going to be. I think there's too much yellow. But that's fine. I could probably move things around later. Alright, so now she needs sunglasses, and I know I have sunglasses. Let me get everything reorganized here. Oh, and the pink, there's no pink in this. That's why. Technically, there's a collar, which I should probably change the color of somewhat. I'm not going to bother with it right now. Okay, so now I need to figure out what these glasses are called. I swear that they were just under the name glasses. There we go. I don't think these are gonna fit. Want to see what they look like. Yeah, they're definitely not made for pony heads. So no. I know that there's glasses, but I swear it was off the workshop I got them. There they go, pony glasses. I believe they're these ones, yes. And just static prop, nice. Glasses always made no sense to me in pony society. If you're gonna wear glasses, then you probably should have them go behind the ears. But apparently, no, they don't work that way. So okay, she's looking way too happy. She's a secret agent. They don't go. They're not happy. They gotta be all like angry or sexy or something. We're gonna make them not angry, but at least like overconfident. So we're gonna put a little bit of raise, a little bit lower, like that, and lower face. We're gonna a little bit of smirk on. A little bit of teeth. Okay. So we kind of got Bonbon mostly set. The shades could be darkened or anything later. I'm not worried about that. Yes, she's secret agent Sweetie Drops. All right, I need a situation of what that she's in though. Yeah, I can worry about that stuff later. I just wanted to at least get it like loaded. It's figure out what you're able to do first, and then you work from there. So, but okay, so we're doing secret agency stuff, but I don't know what secret agency stuff I can do. Should there be explosions, gunfight? This is hard to do on this, so I don't want to do that. But I can do explosions, damsel in distress. I don't want to recreate another person's picture though. That's the thing, is just giving a picture and saying make this is kind of cheating. Because I can make them do explodey things. Or like sneaky things. Yeah, like a damsel in distress, that would work too. But again, like saying changing infiltrating agency, you'd have to imply an agency. You would have to imply what the changeling's doing, where he's doing it. There'd be a lot you'd have to put into a single picture. That would be a bit much. It would just look like a random picture with a bunch of stuff. You want to be able to put enough in there to give information as to what's transpiring, at least to some degree. Imported OSDL gone wrong. But that wouldn't really be a secret agent thing. That sounds like a police thing. Battling a Deathclaw, that's mixing it with Fallout. That would be a weird crossover. Kind of an idea for something, but I don't know if it's possible because it would involve rope. Defend their favorite bench. We could even make it simple like that. Like having them on a bench, but she's dressed all like that. It was a sting. Yes, with the bugbear. There's a bugbear model. But even then, that still doesn't feel like a secret agent thing to me. Secret agents usually are like sneaky or over the top, but they're not like front end fighter, like punch and kick thing. Yeah, there is a bugbear. I have a feeling that we're going to need a bench, so I'm just going to load a bench. And I have made Lyra sit like she did in the show, but it takes a lot of photo editing and manipulation, so I don't want to do that. I saw one that worked, but a lot of these are like, yeah, like rounded like this. That makes it difficult. That kind of sounds like, this is like a that's a weighty one. Yeah, bench. What is this? Oh, it's a weightlifting room. Oh, I didn't know that. There's weights. Not that good benches. I did see one that would work though. See, this one's flat, so that one could work. Gadget Hand would involve a model for that. That's not how you. That's not how you bench. It's like shark bench. Turn. We'll put Lyra on the bench. There. Lyra's on the bench. Could almost make Lyra a bad guy. But even doing laser thing, that would be doable, but I don't know how to put both of them in for that. Well, it kind of could. But that would also putting them in T-pose, and models don't work well in T-pose. I'm trying to think of a damsel in distress kind of a situation. But normally that would... Oh, there's... I think... Because if I did, I'd want to have... Lyra just over the top. And I think I know the outfit for it. There he is. Oh, is Guild updated? Actually had some stuff that needed Griffin. Oh, I think this model's old though. This is the one where it was Pinky wearing that big frilly dress thing. I'm trying to remember how far back it was, but I think it was actually quite a while ago. At least that's what I can think of, anyway. Do you remember how long ago that was? I remember the picture. That's what's weird. I don't remember if it was recent or not. But getting shot at implies she has to hold a gun, but she's not a she's Earth Pony, right? I don't know why I'm having problems remembering that. Yeah, she's Earth Pony. So having her with a gun doesn't make sense because I have to have it in hoof, and that makes things really difficult in terms of visibility or making it realistic. So usually it works better to have a unicorn for something like that, but then I have to give it to Lyra, which also makes things difficult. There, I think this is it. Yeah, here we go. Lyra woke up. Nah, popped up right away. Oh, that's gonna be so frilly. They don't even have to be doing secret agent stuff. I could almost just make it kind of, not shipping thing, but like implied. I don't know if purple's her color. Fits though. Alright, so if this is going to be... I want to color this. What color would it be her color? Yellow? Would it be like an eye matching thing? It wouldn't be shipping. It would be like to me, shipping is like direct implication of, but you're putting them into different situations, or what do you call that? You're putting different faces on them than they're normal, so then kind of allows you a little bit more freedom. Eye matching makes sense to me too. Depends on how many. Materials on this. If an opaque, so the opaque might be the purple for this. So I'm guessing the purple on that is controlled by a different texture, but the rest, I believe, is fine. Let's do that. Okay, so this is can dress. I will admit that makes this super easy. Sometimes I don't need to go complicated, just make it nice and simple. Well, that's not what I wanted. I wanted export. Oops. I guess I accidentally copied that. That's because these are easy. If you're just wanting to change the color. Maybe not. Yellow might be hard because it's kind of in a mid-ground. Okay, so what am I looking at here? Alright, so I'm going to color this myself. So we're going to do... I need to do the... Because there's black, so this is the gray up here. I'm going to keep the gray. So I'm just going to color this in just different levels of yellow. Is her eyes yellow or kind of an orange? Kind of an orange. So we're going to go with a yellow that's a little bit into the orange. Just for a little bit. Kind of a gold. That might be a bit too bright for that, so we're going to leave that at... we'll put it there. And then... I don't want to go too much into a dark yellow, because that's going to make it look weird. So we're going to do that. We're going to pick kind of a mid-ground for this one. Yeah, we'll do that. Then I'm gonna go like a... Oh, is this lighter? No, this is lighter. Okay, so we'll do that. And then we'll do a version like this. Really light. Just like that. Let's see what that looks like. Why not? She might look like a banana, but that's fine. She can be a banana. I won't judge. Which I might know another way to do it like this otherwise. Maybe a bit bright. I think I might... Well, the feather's got to be in there, because that's feather. Is it all attached to this? No. Why does it break that every time I grab it? Oh, I don't think it was. I think it's just the positioning. What is... Oh, that's weird. And the head. Go back on here. Yeah, I think a pale yellow might work, because I don't think that bright yellow works for her. We may need to make Apollonie's Silpere. I think I can drop the saturation a little bit, but then I lose some of the vibrance that I wanted from it. That might be it. About as close as I'm gonna get. I don't want to. I was feeling a little greenish, and this might change even based on. I'm gonna call this. Pale yellow, just in case I want to go back to it. colors do match better. I think it's also gonna be lighting dependent because once I actually put things in lit correctly. Okay, but if I'm gonna do that, I'm going to then because there is the opaque the same? Oh, it uses Can Alpha. Oh, okay, there they are. Alright, so we need to try to match these to the others. That shouldn't be too difficult. So, it's these two purples. So, outside, inside. Wait, no, that's not even it. Whatever, I'm just going to color them how I feel like. So, we're going to go with outside. Oops, I always hit the wrong button. There we go. Z is zoom and X is to swap these. So do that one for the inside. So I might go with a bit brighter. That's too dark. Yeah, I'll go with that. Oh, it uses the same ones, so. It might be a bit too bright, but I'm going to leave them as is, and I can go back and do whatever with them. Actually, you know what? It actually kind of works for her, I think. So, alright. Alright, is that going to happen every time I go to move something? Alright, so I do have to be careful with this model because apparently it likes to break. If I move her, though, it doesn't break. Okay, randomly, but if it's thinking about pictures, it doesn't matter. Alright, so now I have a damsel in distress. And we have a secret agent. Because I was thinking like you could do it where she's a secret agent, but she's having a drink at bar, and damsel is sitting with, or have damsel in trouble and have the Bonbon attempt to save, and have them running away from something. I don't know how well this dress would be working for running. Actually, it looks like it's... There's the break right there underneath. That's usually expected. But other than that, it actually works like it's pretty decent. Nice thing is for... I don't have to animate them, I just have to walk them in. I broke the dress again. She's dancing. They wanted a secret agent Lyra and Bonbon once, so I needed a damsel in distress. So we did a Lyra who is totally not a doing waifu things. Alright, I'm thinking, unless somebody has another idea, I was thinking of just doing a bar thing. But that could be difficult with lots and lots of ponies. Just trying to think of what a secret agent thing would do that would be action oriented, that could be done in a picture. I really can't think of any. So I can make him run from stuff. Just want to load up the sequence for running. Actually, over a pool of sharks could work. I like that idea, actually. Alright, we're gonna go with that. I probably won't need a run anymore, but I'm gonna keep it just in case. Because I have rope, I've already found that to work. They can jump the... No, we're not jumping the sharks. Because I already have a model for a shark, I know that for sure. Shark, what are you doing? No. Bad shark. There you go. Okay. Is there a main bone? Just this root, or is this one? No. There it is. So it's just your top spine. Okay. What's that thing? Huh. I don't think there's like a, well, there's like pool like ladders, but so I need to find like a round thing to put a person over. Maybe vat. Elevator. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That could actually work if it didn't have that top bit, but I can almost guarantee you that that top bit is going to be all included in the same texture. What are the differences? Ah, maybe not. Because that could be kind of like a techie pool, I guess. Because it's supposed to be like evil things, I guess. Is there a curved catwalk? Curved fence, but that's not catwalk. Kind of? That's not for a full circle. What is this? Okay, so there is no curved catwalk to work with. But that is fine. So what I can do is, I think that this is some kind of a fencing. Okay, there's a lot of different textures here. That's fine. Catwalk, rail arch. So what I need to do is turn off the stuff that's breaking it. Why is there an alpha test on this? I can't see anything on this being an alpha test. Especially when you have translucent and alpha test on it. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, like that fixed it right away. So, alright. Oh, gotta be careful of that shark. Disappear. Alright, since I don't know how big of a circle I need, what I'm going to do is... for one, I gotta figure out how big, or what is the arc on this. So we're going to... turn it. Yeah, that's by degree, so that should work. I'm guessing it's going to be by a flat number, is my guess. So we need to figure out if I copy this, because I need to figure out what a full circle would be, or at least close to. So how many degrees do I need to turn this? So right now it has a rotation of, we're going to say, we're going to start at 0. And what do I need to churn it? So it's usually going to be a flat number, so... Okay, it looks like these are all at a 45-degree bend, which means that it would take a lot less of these than I thought I would need. Alright. It says 45. This is already 90. This can't be already 90. Actually, it could be. That's fine. We'll just make it work. I'm not going to math it out how I thought it was. Pictures are only from one angle. I just want to have something on the outside. See? Math. Negative 45 is going to be the opposite of, well, I can just 405. So even let me do that. Nope. 360. 320, 315. Not gonna let me do that? Eyeball it. Close enough. Yeah, this railing might be a bit too big for how big the ponies are. But it's fine, I can have it in the background. That. Or even, I wonder if I just did it really big, did it as an extra thing around it. Like that. Okay, so I do want some kind of a catwalk, though. I think what I'm going to do is, well, I should really figure out a camera angle for this. So for Lyra, she's going to be hanging over the pit. Pit of sharks. That's where sharks are. This is not there. Let me get the water loaded. The water is There's 3 of them, so it'd have the number 1 in it. That'd probably be easier to find without that, actually. Oh, wait. Nope, that's not it. Oh, there we go. Forgot, it's actually 3 textures. Oh no, it's 3 models. So we'll do this one. Okay, I need to make sure I'm not going outside of this boundary here. Okay. I'm gonna get a shark over here. Sharky shoop. Because I need to make sure the picture shows both sharks and whatever might be going on. So as right now, the pit might be too big, but I think if I go smaller, it's going to hide a lot of it. So I have to find out a good mix for perspective. See here, I get in here. It's an elevator turbine I'm using. Nice. I wish there was less of a ledge because I could actually get close. Actually, I can get closer. I just have to be careful how I place the camera. Okay, so I'm gonna put Loira closer to the Sharkies, and we're going to put Bonbon. So I'm thinking about putting it so if there's a catwalk, I can have her, like, on a catwalk with Lyra behind her, like she's going in to save. Actually, I wonder if I could have her, that involve guns. I just don't know if that would work. Because I could have her like hanging off the rope a bit, but that also involves some really weird placement of hoofs on rope, which I don't know if that would quite turn out the way I'd want it to. Like have her like hanging from the top of it up here. Well, I think in general I am going to need Lyra actually being a damsel. I don't think these are going to work. I think it's going to be too much of a distraction in the background there. So I need rope. So I need a pool. Shark is technically an actor. But then it wouldn't be a damsel thing, and no kissing. Because I know that there's a rope model for wings. I've used that one before, but it's not so good. Hey, it's the yaks, yak, yak, yak. That is one crazy looking boar with wings. It's a boar with wings. Okay. Didn't need to see that, I guess. I'm trying to remember. There it is. Oh no, that's not what I thought there was an actual, like... No, it's wing rope. That's the one. Okay. Whatever. But then I need an actual, like, hanging rope. And I know there are some out there that have a lot of bones to them, which would be perfect. Some are wire, but wire is not going to work very well. Because usually you can't texture them. See, this, I bet you, does not have bones. Nope. There is a chain. I could have her hanging from a chain. Yeah, a chain with a hook. Yeah, I can do that. Because this chain is actually fully moldable, which is actually pretty neat. See, crap load of bones. Does this one have bones too? Nope. Sad. That actually would be a good hook. I want the chain to be able to bend because if I'm going to have her hang from it potentially. Oh, that's not the hook I'm looking for. Like, this could work. Technically, that's not supposed to be by chain, but I don't care. Alright, so I'm not going to worry about the actual chain right now. Alright, so I need to get her kind of in a position to be hanging. So if I was hanging, her back legs would be fine, but her front legs would probably be tied up, is my guess. Worry about dress positioning in a sec. Actually, I'm gonna turn off the dress for now. I'm going to just absolutely destroy the dress, so I don't want to look at it until after I'm done. I'm not feeding her to the sharks. She's going to be saved, maybe. It's all up to Bonbon here. Unless you want the Knight in Shining Warhorse to show up. So the rope we're kind of not deal with for now. The thought is if the rope is tied there, the butt would probably hang a bit. depending. Okay, I need to change those eyes. Because what I'm thinking is, if she's hanging from above, she's probably going to be hanging and kind of worried about it. If the camera's on this side, I want to make sure that I want to make sure that I'm giving like a reaction of her looking up. So I'm thinking that technically I should have this have her turned a little bit like this. What's wrong? You want to keep the eyes as they were? Not really worried about a lot of that right now because I'm probably going to change a lot of it. Especially since like her next prime probably turned down more. Oh, this is going to be pretty fluid and changed over time. Like here, this hook is probably too big. Yeah. Can't get rid of the bench of destiny. We'll keep the bench. Actually, if anything, we'll move it so it has a more prominent place. There. Okay. Ah! Okay, which is the... There's always like one main link. That's this one. So I actually want to do that one at the bottom. It's going to be easier to do this if the main link is the one on immovable spot. So the ceiling I'm not actually going to be able to see. Is that chain going to be too big? Yes. That might make this a little bit more interesting. I should actually figure out a camera now. Because for one, I wanted to put a catwalk. For one, I think this is too big. Actually, that catwalk's not going to work in general because I don't want guardrails. Well, we're doing picture. It's progress. So they have a catwalk without guardrails. Not exactly what I was looking for, but it'll work. It's too many, or too big, so we're gonna shrink that down a bit. Alright, stupid bench of tennis to me. There. Alright. Alright, now I need to find a viable thing. Should I do like kind of the Dutch angle thing? I think it's the only way I'm going to be able to get all the shark and everything in there. They kind of pop out. How to get rid of a shark? Turn your camera. So I need to get the shark and everything in there. Is this currently a 35? Yes, it is. So I really can't change it much more than that without going to 24, which gets a... can be a little weird. I can lower this a little bit if I need the chain and everything. But 35 is about the furthest I want to go. But if Lyra's going to be hanging there, I need to have her visible and also the shark's visible. But it kind of, I would be cooler to have the bottom angle. Over here could work. I just want to put enough focus on them, and if I do it here, I could probably, it'd be taking away from some of the focus, I think. Because I was going to have some kind of enemy something or another over on this side. That's why I wanted to have a catwalk out to it. Because if I don't have her scared and I don't put Bonbon up here, I could put Bonbon here, but I don't know what to have her do then. Because at this, I can't have her from behind because she doesn't really look super or secret agent from behind. That is kind of weird. The transmission looks so stupid. It's great. I could put laser beams on them. I wonder if I had her jumping, like, off of this to her. But then the only way that would make sense as to why she's jumping at that point would be if she was falling, which means I had to have it let go, which to have that portrayed would be difficult. I just wonder if I can go super low, like, oh nope, that's already me changing the camera. from like here to get the shark and the water. No, because then I'm still not going to be able to. If I brought her in lower, I could. I think that would work. If could I do it from this angle though? No, not with Lyra. I might be able to change it to this side, put it low, and kind of do the shot I was thinking, but like from this angle, like right here. And even then, trying to get the sharks in there is tough. Everything's running a little slower because I did a 12-hour render last night in 4K and I didn't restart. I forgot to, so usually it helps if I do. I want to back up a little more, but then I run into that. I mean, so if I did go 24, I would get that, but it just feels so fisheye when you do it that way. You just find the middle ground. Positioning her on that chain is going to be difficult. I think I need to partially position her and then readjust everything to make sense for that position. Thankfully, these have the T-pose on there, right? Yes. I'm trying to think of... Alright, so she needs to have one leg bent up, one straight down. That's going to be the one right here. I'm just kind of guessing on this as I go. Actually, I can probably have her. Where's this? This chain one. Where's the hook? It is visible.
So I hear there's some Lyra and Bonbon action going on here.
She's
What the
secret
hell?
agent. Doing secret agent stuff.
Why does she look so weird?
Because progress.
I like Lyra.
Oh, she's actually got She's doing the damsel in distress.
Oh, I'm sure Warhorse loves this right now.
Oh, that's not him though. He was kind of worried that I was feeding his pony to a shark though.
Oh, well, what are you feeding it to?
2 sharks.
2 sharks. not just a shark. 2 sharks. Hello.
I said I wasn't feeding it to a shark.
Too bad it wasn't gonna be your dolphin.
Nope.
Hello. Oh my god. So Bonbon is James Bond, basically. Bonbon.
Have you seen episode 100?
I know, it's just the fact that it was like...
It's Secret Agent Sweetie Bot. Sweetie Bot. What am I talking? I just read something else. Sweetie
Drops.
That was it.
Sweetie Bot.
She's that too. She's super secret that she doesn't even know who she is.
I just would have laughed if they called her Bonbon.
Where?
What?
Where?
Oh, no, I meant like in the show if they called her Bonbon.
No, they didn't. I'm pretty sure there'd probably be some copyright with that.
Yeah, Michael was saying this was a shipping picture.
Kind of. I mean, they're not really, like... I guess they're shipping in that they're, like... ponies? I don't know. He was trying to get it to be on a speedboat so that he could call it shipping.
It's actually kind of funny. Oh, Bonbon, you're adorable. Sorry, Special Agent Sweetie Drops. Well, Hong Kong do you too, Gar?
Probably fix a lot of that later, but I'm just trying to get the gist of it down right now. I gotta do with that later. I just want to get the gist of the positioning down so I know what I'm working with. I already know that she's too far forward, so I'd have to get her to pull backwards a little bit. I think that she technically need to be. Well, this will be that at this point. That's too rounded. Something like that would cut really sharp. I think I might have to have her turn the other way. The body's not going to be able to churn the way the human body could to be able to grasp this correctly. Because normally it'd be like reach behind you, but she can't do that. I'll give it a shot anyway. Yeah, this is going to just destroy the suit to be able to do that. Is there another way I can have her do that? I could have her be further back on this. If I can have her tilted weird, make that work. So I need to have her looking back that way. That's the thing. To me, I think that the leg needs to be. She needs to be further that way. We need to bend some of these back. The suit I can fix. I'm not too worried about that. I just want to make sure everything else looks right. Especially since I have to worry about it from this angle. And right now it doesn't look that great, but I think if I turn from that angle, if I turn everything, so I'm going to grab her and the chain on the hook. There, that kind of works. This does show that this part of the chain definitely needs to turn up again. I think it needs to be a little lower. Problem is that she's not actually looking at this thing, but also I think her back needs to be arched more. I'll make sure I look at my garment, just the outfit. Outfit is easy to fix though. Let's let it go for now. Set it on a little bit again. Just curls in the back. Just go straight down. Because that would be crossing in front of. I don't want to do that, so I'm going to have it not so far, just on the other side. Well, like here it's gonna, if anything, this would be perfectly straight because she'd be putting tension on it. If anything, it's not straight enough. Because you'd be putting tension on it, so there would be no giving it at all. It'd be just straight pushing. Like this one, technically, to the further ones, would be perfectly straight. Anything this, I got to find a way to bend this more. Looks like it's hooked closely to her foot. I think for the most part the chain's kind of good, so I'm going to put this kind of in position so I at least know what this is doing. And I could have Lyra, because in this position she would be... technically... Oops. Because this would be implying that it impacted from this side. If that's the case, then this would be her actually like flailing back from the impact. Should be like this. But then it almost may be better to have her, instead of looking back, have her looking down at the ominous sharks and stuff. So to play with the rope mod a little bit, but that's fine. I just want to make sure that if she's wearing the dress, that it actually looks like such, and not just because it's all bunched up that it just doesn't look like anything anymore. I hope this says Jiggle Bones. Some. Okay, that's good. Better than nothing. Because otherwise, like right now, the dress isn't going to hang very well. But that's kind of expected. Though really, with how she got impacted, it would actually make sense that it doesn't. If anything, I'm going to bring it down and turn it up. I only care about this side. Lost my alpha textureness. But whatever. Probably just come back some other time. Alright, so this could be like that. Actually, I'm gonna move. Oh yeah, I didn't see you at the con. That's fine. You always have the situation where you do not run into people. There's a couple of people I meant to see and I never got the chance to. could be these shoulders that are gonna be think the bitch. If I remember right, this is what took me the longest to fix. I think I used the same one for the Alisha video. Like here, trying to get it to cover the shoulder. It's just not mapped out that well. But if I need to, I can always load up a second one and fill in the shoulder with that. The main problem is the shoulders are what fill in this gap. So, trying to get all that to work. It's not made to do that. Yep. So this is this right shoulder is going to be the one that's probably going to need to be in an awkward position to fix the suit. Because it's not going to look like a suit when I move it in the position I need to. And I could work there, kind of. I could fix some of the errors in post if I need. Or I've also just like shrunken the arm within it and just said who cares, because who cares within it. All that matters is what's on camera, so I'm just modifying it to fit the camera. Hello. Yeah, it's just a picture. Haven't made a picture for a while, so we're making a picture. And the vote for which to do was to do Bonbon and Lyra doing secret agent things, so that's what this is. Which I will not finish tonight, but I can get most of the way. I don't think I can bend her head fully. It's about the most I'm going to be able to bend it really without making it look unnatural. Oh, and I might be able to turn the body a little more. That arm is what worries me. Technically, I feel like this leg should be bent more around. but it's progress. So. So I want to make the motion feel like she's swinging, because if she hit the thing that way, I would feel that she is swinging this way. So it would make sense to have her tail kind of like this. Not like that quite so much, but I think I'm gonna have to have it fairly minimal here, because I have too much otherwise going on. I don't want to have her tail taking up the majority. So she's like, her dress is already partially getting in the way of Lyra, Bonbon. So what I wish I could do is back off a bit more. But see, like here works, but I feel like I'm taking the focus away from them. To me, the like this would make a better shot, but then like I have no water to show. And actually, I really don't need to show all this piping and stuff. So let me show more water. It's not really giving much for Lyra though. I think because there's a shark over here, I might be able to have her kind of look over at it, and I don't want her looking off camera is the main thing. Yeah, then she's just still looking on camera. Otherwise, it would just feel weird. I want to have a bend here, but I don't want to... like, because this is If she was hitting it without momentum, it'd be like that. But I want to have momentum, like she had just swung into it. So, to me, that would be more like this. But then it feels like that's too straight. And that's too bent. So I think I'll just have to stick with something like that. Probably should include these two. I just want to at least make the chain feel like it's not just like a normal chain, that it's actually been twisted and turned and something else. But yeah, I'm going to definitely have to modify her positioning a little bit. Probably just straighten this leg going further down, bend this one more, and have her arch a little bit more. It's fine for now. Let's go. I am working on rendering that. Actually, I have but mostly rendered because it's 4 parts. I just have to do some fixed renders, color correction, then I have to re-edit and compile the entire thing, and make the ending sequence. So yeah, still, I wanted to have it out by Friday, but probably won't. Maybe out by the Friday after. So I want before September. I hope anyway. There's not a dolphin in because the texture differences between the two would probably make it obvious that it's not a shark. We could just make it dolphins instead of sharks. I mean, we haven't downloaded the fixed one yet, so I don't think the eyes work quite right on this one. Just left and right, yeah. It's got the fins. All right. Anyways, so now we need like we need like people that are bad at stuff. For one, I need techie looking stuff in the background. To do that, we'll do Mega Pack. Wall. I don't remember this one. That's neat. Pretty sure Mega Pack has some Ooh, that's actually pretty neat. I'm pretty sure the Mega Pack has some pretty nifty looking sciencey stuff. I think even this would work. What a nifty bag. So I want to know, like, context. Oh. It's kind of rusty science equipment, but it's science equipment. Okay, I could definitely work with what I have here. So I kind of like this one, and some of these ones here. So I think what I'm gonna do is, this is a corner and this is straight. Okay. I wonder if I could go like for a hanger look in the background, because if I did that, it'd be expansive, but that would actually add to the shot, I think. So this is pretty big, right? Yeah. Yeah, I might make these the back walls. Just make them really big, just throw them back here. I really don't care about making them perfect. Well, I wonder if I should even, or just have it fade into darkness? No. Because I was thinking about just crossing catwalks and have it fade off. The rope is locked to Pony. Lyra, the dress locked to her. Bonbon shouldn't be locked to anything. Okay. Dolphin. So I'm gonna actually hold off on that. We're gonna get back to our catwalks here. I don't restrict model use, so you can, let me make sure it's still here on. Yes. I just never made it public for some reason. I'm really lazy. There you go. That should be. I never actually tested that. I download things and then I forget to actually like double check to make sure they work like much later, but it should work fine. These are all the same ones, yes. So I want to make it like a warehouse thing. Just have these go off. What? These actually just falls apart too. This isn't semi-transparent though. Oh yeah, it's got the same error as the other one. Yeah, I could fix that if it becomes a problem. Still need another one. I might need to cut that off a little earlier because I don't want to have it go and slowly fade off. I want to have it kind of just cut across and be done. They're not crossing with each other. Yes, if you're unsure what map I'm using, is probably Void. Void is best map. I think I might not want to crisscross like that. I think I'll just cross like this. No, because of the weird Z pattern. It's funny that they're all parallel, but they don't look like it in this angle. That's fine. I don't need it to be parallel. Yeah, I usually have the light disabled if I'm working on stuff. Well, it's a get more detailed, and I got some of the lights in place, then I'll usually turn them on. But as of right now, yeah, it's just black, other than some of the water. So I'm not sure how I want to have everything lit quite yet. So what's in the way? There's something hidden there. Because, like, I'm getting shadows. Is it the water? Oh, I know what it is. Oh, that might be a problem. Forgot, yeah, I alphaed it out. Well, I still have to use shadows, really. But forgot I did alpha out that thing on top. Usually I do. Right now, I'm just going to throw down lights that are very, very rough for what I want to do. And then I'll adjust from there. Because normally as I start doing it, I'll start getting a feel for what I would prefer the lighting to be. Because right now I put this catwalks back there to potentially make a darker room. But I don't know if this would work well for dark. So, but instead of struggling to try to figure out what to do, I'm just going to like throw stuff down and then go from there. So like here, this would probably be a little bit of a dimmer light. That rim light needs to probably be brought up a bit. So like that. But normally I'd start with the rim because I want to see like I wanted those nice defined lines. And so that's what I'm kind of going for. And actually having a nice bright light here on this side doesn't look too bad. Like this is the actual main source of lighting instead. Probably gonna crash me, but if it does, it's 9, so I'm not gonna be worried about it. Rainbow water. Come on, where's the crash? No. I thought it was under Gobo. I'm just gonna try water. Looking for a Gobo texture of a water reflection. Oh, I think it's starting to do its thing. Oh no, it's just like kind of like this. I'm gonna name water. I don't care about your achievements. Oh, have I not crashed? Yep, there we go. Ah, okay. That's fine. I saved it beforehand anyways. But I'll work on finishing this on Friday. No. Now I can make that in 5 minutes. So, I put Delvin in because somebody said Delvin. Yeah, I'll work on that more on Friday and stuff. But yeah, I do hope to try to get the Australia video fully edited and out by the end of next week, I think. And the reason it's going to take a while is because I think I have everything rendered, but I have to do some of the fixed renders because the eye issue at the beginning of a clip, and some of the shots have to be re-rendered because they're in a different map or whatever. I have the credit sequence to make, though I know what I want to do. I've just got to make it. I need and the recompiling and doing all the editing that I need to in After Effects will take forever. So yeah. Oh no, this is a recolor. I recolored a different picture from a different pony. So I just made it look like my OC. But for the artist, I forgot actually. I followed him and it was amazing, so I was like, I need it was I just copied the picture, did I not? Oh, Setha, that's Setharu. That was the original. And then I just recolored it to look like me. So so yes. It took me like an hour. It was actually harder than it looks. So but yeah. Yeah, actually I was really proud of myself. I learned some stuff in Photoshop by doing that one. But I really liked, oh look, it's me. So yes, he's got some pretty awesome stuff. So yeah, actually let me I just want to make sure if I'm going to say it that there we go. I actually did a bunch of stuff with that guy's OC. I'm just redoing the same, but here you go. That's that guy. But yes, all right. So yeah, I'm gonna go, and we'll be back Friday and stuff to make pictures, finish pictures, not make pictures. I guess same thing, I guess. So all right. Happy week. All right. Oh yeah, hold on. Gotta give me cat. Meow meow meow. And meow meow meow.